afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining once again. I really appreciate you. Today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to talk about a few occupations. And I'm going to talk to you about 5 or 6 occupations that you can get that the training takes more hours to receive a certification or a license than it does to be a cop. And we'll talk about why I'm doing this and saying this at the end of the video. So in order to be a barber in North Carolina, you need to have at a minimum of 1,528 hours so that you can be licensed in the state of North Carolina as a barber. 620 hours to be a cop, of course. But there's more. In California, to be a cosmetologist, you need 1,600 hours of training in order to get a license to be a cosmetologist. In Florida, you need 1,760 hours to get a license to be an interior designer. In Massachusetts, or however the hell you say it, you need 1,000 hours of training, testing, in order to be a refrigeration technician. That means not a refrigerator, a giant 10-ton, 5-ton, massive refrigeration units. You need a minimum of 1,000 hours in Massachusetts to become a refrigeration technician. Now, if you want to be an electrical sign technician, which I'd imagine that's the massive billboards that we have out there, you got to have 4,000 hours in the state of Michigan in order to be able to get licensed, certified to operate, fix, repair, maintenance, whichever you're going to do on the large signs. 4,000 hours. Now, of course, if you want to be a manicurist in Louisiana, you need 500 hours of training in order so that you can be licensed and certified to be a manicurist in Louisiana. And you can only guess how many hours it takes to be a cop in Louisiana. Well, at the minimum, 360 hours. Now, you're saying to yourself, why do we need to know this information, Dave? None of this is important to us. Why do we care? It's supposed to be about some cop or something, right? Well, it is. Well, there's a police officer in Jacksonville who decided that he would shoot a gentleman with a hatchet in the head. And you're saying to yourself probably, hey, the guy has a hatchet. He's probably attacking somebody, gonna attack somebody, in the process of attacking somebody, or he was gonna hurt the cop. The cop's life was in danger. No, cop's life was not in danger. This guy was standing by some brush with a very tiny hatchet. I mean, I have a freaking tactical hatchet that's a tomahawk that's way more dangerous than what this guy has. But the gentleman's just standing there, and he's trying to talk to the cop, and the cop doesn't want to hear it, obviously. The gentleman does have some mental health issues, but he's not harming anyone, has done nothing to say that he's going to harm anybody. No one is saying that the guy is trying to harm someone. He's just a guy who's having some mental health issues, who needs mental health help. And the cop shows up and he does this.
Put the hatchet down! Put the axe down! Put the axe down! Put the axe down! 10:33, shots fired.
So keep that in mind, that these cops have little to no training to become a cop. And then someone gives them a badge and a gun, tells them that they have and then allows them to go out into the street to bully, harass, and murder its citizens. And nothing happens. Nothing. This cop will probably have nothing happen to him. And if something does happen, it'll be the most minimal of charges that they can think of. And they will do everything they can to protect this jackass from murdering one of its citizens. But we're paying for this. We're paying for these people to do this to us every single second of the day. Our tax dollars are paying for these people with little to no training, or hardly any training worth mentioning, to go out with a gun and force laws that they don't even know You guarantee you can stop any cop and ask them, hey, what's the First Amendment and what is entailed within the First Amendment? I'll guarantee you 99% of them probably have no fucking clue what the First Amendment is even about. They can tell you what the Second Amendment is, go and have a gun. But they can't tell you what the First Amendment even means. And they don't care because they don't train them properly. At a minimum, every cop should have a bachelor's degree. In sociology, at a minimum. Psychology would be great. At a minimum, a bachelor's degree. But nope. No training. You can just fall off the fucking wagon, go in, learn how to pew and how to choke somebody out and put your knee on someone's neck and punch and hit someone of a time, tase, and pepper spray and sick dogs on people. And perfect. You're a cop. You're just the person we need because they do not want people who are intelligent to be cops. Full disclosure, I was asked to be I tested years ago to be an Oakland police officer and an Oakland sheriff. And they were like, yeah, this guy's great. And then I took the test for the psychological test. And the way I answered the questions, because I had taken quite a few psychology classes, they had called me in and asked me some questions about the and how I answered the questions on the test. And the cops told me that they could not and would not hire me because, and I quote, I was too smart to be a cop. And what that meant was that I couldn't be manipulated, that I wasn't going to go along with the status quo of hiding shit and being a horrible bastard and harming our citizens instead of just doing the job. So all cops are bastards because they're either doing the crimes or they're watching the crimes happen and saying nothing. Very few cops are good people. You can always tell a good cop because they're not a cop anymore. They refuse to be a cop. They quit being a cop on purpose because the job was bullshit and they didn't want to do harm to the citizens. Those were good cops. Those are the type of people that we need on the force. We don't need people like this. We need more of our money instead of going to these people to shoot us in the face for nothing. We need that money to go into social services so that we can have better mental health care for people in this country. Everywhere we should have someone with every cop who says, instead of you shooting someone in the face for no reason, let's talk to them and find out what's going on. How about we use a non-lethal weapon or non-lethal tactics to take care of the situation? The first instinct of every cop is to pull a gun. How is that helping? It's not. So if you want to, have a real occupation to where you're not murdering people, like none of the people who have the aforementioned licenses and certifications. If you want some of those jobs, please use those jobs because, hey, we could always use people fixing things and taking care of our nails and giving us manis and petties and stuff. I'm down. Need a barber. Well, not me because I really don't have any hair, but we need people like that because they're not going to fucking shoot us and violate our rights every day like the cops do. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please have a wonderful day. Be safe out there. Check out a few channels like Lackluster, Audit the Audit, We the People, the University, San Joaquin Valley Audits, I think it's called San Joaquin Audits or something like that. Check those guys out. They're really good at auditing and talking about our rights under the Constitution. So that things like this hopefully don't happen to you, you end up dead. But if you do have contact with the police, you'll know how to somewhat handle yourself, so that you don't end up in a bad situation. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please have a wonderful day. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. And don't forget to be the best heathens that you can be. And have a wonderful day.